Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We're going to look at a VY Ute that we worked on today. I got told the keys all fallen apart, it's not working, it's not starting, and I thought there's a couple of issues here it could be, so I thought I'd go have a look. When I got there I worked out that it had the little driving team logo, HSV, on it, and although it shouldn't be able to be done, I thought I'm here now, I'll give it a go. Just for reference, this is what it looks like in the interior normally, and basically this is what kind of looks like when it's, in good condition, just for reference. Now let's get into it. Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. So we're actually in a Holden Commodore VY Maloo Ute, and it says HSV over there on the sticker right there, and it is VY, and we've got the Smart Pro programmer out here, and what I've done is basically I've used the original keyblade, and I'll just show you. Use the original keyblade and put it on a brand new 2-button remote, so that way it's all ready to go. The old remote was all in pieces and things, so the only thing we could reuse there. So I'm putting it in and just putting it on accessories. I'm not getting a lot of lights turning up. I'm getting the little red flashing light, but I'm also getting this red light over here. So who knows what they've done on this thing. It doesn't look like a very good one at all. Let's just go through and try and program it. So we've got the Smart Pro here. We're going through under Holden. See if I can do this with you. Then I'm going to go through here and I'm going to try and find Holden Commodore. Now it is a VY. VY, let's go back. Scroll back up. VY 2002-2004. So I'm going to push that. Program, immobilizer, disconnect. Okay, so we're just going to connect, switch ignition on. Okay, so it gives me all the information there. We've got the BCM, VY, version, software data, BCM code, mechanical key code, and radio code as well. So that's really cool when you want to make keys. It's already got that information in there. So now let's just move over and program keys. See if we can get that to work. Oh, sorry. We need to push the play button. Play. Little thinking button down here. Incorrect pin. Okay. Now it never asked me for a pin. So do we want to leave feedback? No. It never actually asked me for a pin, but there is a button over here, read pin. So it's read pin. Let's push play down here. Okay, so there's our pin. But when we go to program keys, it's not going to ask me for the pin. It's going to automatically do it. Incorrect pin. Okay, so this could be, and let's check fault codes. No fault codes found. Okay, so let's go back. See, there's no back button now that I can choose another series, so I actually have to go home button, back to where we started, go Holden, and go Commodore. So this was VY, so let's think maybe it's a little bit before, a little bit after. So let's just try VX. Okay, let's try connect. Switch ignition on. And we're talking to it again. We've got the key code, we've got the everything there. It says HSV there. VTVX. Okay, so that looks okay. Let's go fault codes. No fault codes. Add key. Press play. Procedure complete this time. So no feedback. So we've gone 1 year model down, and one model down, and it seems to have done the procedure complete, which means it probably read the pin correctly and all that sort of stuff. So there's the pin there. Okay. Alright, so now in theory our key should be programmed. Okay, so our key should be programmed. So what we can do is we can try it. I'll take this out of the ignition. Alright, so let's test the buttons. No action. Open and close driver's side door. Open and close. Still no action. Let's try key in the ignition. Still got that key symbol flashing. It's an automatic, so we'll test it. No crank. No crank at all. So when reading the instructions for this car, it did say if it's not cranking, it could have another sort of mechanical issue, and I'm leaning more towards that because we've got a flashing light here. We know, I mean, that looks like it's an aftermarket thing, and then we've got one over here. So my guess is that yes, they could have spliced in an aftermarket immobilizer, which is basically not allowing us to program in, or not allowing the immobilizer system to work as standard. The next problem is it is a HSV, which is here, and there has been some reports that special, or the high-end sort of HSVs can, some of them can't be done. I'm also looking at these cup holders here, and they look very similar to VE. They brought that stuff out when they come into VE, and same with the gear knob. So it's starting to sort of change shape into the next model on, from my experience. But as to why this is working, that is the that is the $1 million question. So what I might do is, it should be a VY, but let's go a little bit down. Let's try a VX. Let's just connect there, switch ignition on. Please wait. Okay, so we got comms yet again, and we're getting codes. I should take note if they're all the same. Read fault codes, no fault codes, that's a good thing. Program key, press play, incorrect pin. Okay, so no, let's try again. And there's no other model that I can kind of select for this. So we've got, we should be VY, we've tried VZ. We're pretty much out of options. So it's called a Monaro. Monaro was the coupe model, and they were a bit of a high-end car. VZ. I might give that a go because they're like a two-door type coupe. Let's try it, version 2. Connect. Oh, I heard it tick. I heard the car go tick, tick. So we've got all our codes. We did connect. Read fault codes, no fault codes found. Add key. Play. Procedure complete. No. Okay, so I mean, I did hear it tick, and it did do something different. Lock and unlock. Come on. No lock, no unlock. Key in the ignition. Turning on. Still blinking. Try to crank. No crank. Okay, so we'll just leave that there. Okay. So unfortunately, it looks like we might have to walk away from this one. They might have to send it back to the dealer because we're running out of options here. So we tried that one. Try Monaro Mark II. Connect. Okay. Heard it tick. Add key. Add key. Procedure complete. Quick test. Lock and unlock. Nothing. Okay. This car really has been flogged. Okay, when I put the thing, still getting the immobilizer light on the dash. So it's not a Monaro, but it is a high-end Australia. What's that? Malibu. Jackaroo. So Monaro would be the closest sort of thing I would have thought it would have been. Let's try the latest Monaro. That's 2004. See, it still reads it, but will it program a key? Incorrect codes. It's definitely not the right one. So it looks like we are out of luck with this car. And whether or not it's because it's got an aftermarket immobilizer, whether or not it's because, it's got other electronic issues, or whether or not it's because it's a HSV and those ones can't be programmed, It's one of those things I'll probably find out in a few weeks and go, oh, is that why? So unfortunately, I think I am wasting my time here today. Golden Statesman, WN, the Vault. Just going through all of them there. The only other possible, we tried Monaro. It ticked, it sounded like it was doing everything right. It's Malibu, I thought that was a...
That connect? Yeah, it's a proxy anyway, so that's definitely not that one. I think I'm out of luck here. Absolutely out of luck. You can go by ignition, system type, but I don't think that's going to help us. Better off going by the... There's so many of them in here to try. A bit hit and miss. I don't want to do any damage to the system. So yeah, VY Commodore Ute, and looks like it's been an absolute failure. And as to why it's been a failure, oh look, the machine even gives us photos here too. No, hints, no, remote, no, service light, no. Okay, let's connect and try that again. Okay, so now it doesn't give us all those things. But we are seeing all the mechanical key code and all the rest. No cult. I'll just clear them anyway. No code faults. No faults. Program key last time. Then after that, we're walking away. Procedure incomplete. No. Let's go again. It is a little bit on the border of VE. Let's just try it. Select function connect. Shows photos. Okay, so it's a completely different key, really. So it's definitely not a VE. Although it does have some similar body part modifications to it that look a little VE. VF, no. Too new. VF. Definitely VY, which is 2002 2004. Well, VZ is the next one on. Ignition on. Program key. Work. Just work. Anyway, looks like first time I go and use this Smart Pro has been an unsuccessful attempt. And, you know, basically those lights are still going on. This is a really mixed bag. I mean, have a look. There's shit everywhere. You know, it looks like a real nice car. That's probably why the owner wants to kind of save it. But I can't get this programmed. Somebody else might know. If you could leave it down in the description what you think's going on with this car. Yeah, unfortunately, we've got the light blinking on the dash. Another immobilizer light there. All sorts of stuff happening under here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this was not really a fair crack of the whip, as they say, from the start. It wasn't a fair game. But it was worth a try anyway. And, yeah, first time I've tried to use my Smart Pro, and I got nowhere. But it was interesting to have a look and see how it operated and functioned. I mean, some of the functions there, extra functions I found, the pictures and all seem to be a little bit more helpful. Pretty straightforward to work out and to use. But unfortunately, for this one, it's a walk away. So, okay, I've just spotted something. So this is our OBD port here, which is just free and all. But have a look at this. See that? That's some sort of immobilizer system. And when they do all those black wiring like that, that is so that you can't tell which wires are which. So this comes down to this cord here. And where's that? Okay, so that's spliced in. Where does that go? It goes into a box here. Look at that. That is some sort of maybe proxy. It needs to be touched against it to possibly activate it. So there's our sensor. It goes into the box to allow the rest of the car to activate. Obviously that's what they've done, and that's what this is, and that's why that's not working and the key's not working. There's a little button here too. Yeah, interesting.